Hey everybody, Matt here. As you can tell, pretty excited today about the launch of Space Marine 2. Here's to hoping that the wait and the hype was worth it. Today I want to talk about the Razer Kraken V4 wireless. I picked this headset up about a week and a half ago and I've used it pretty much exclusively since then. I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. As always, if you don't want to watch the entire video, here are my final thoughts. If the microphone quality, the Bluetooth integration, and the game chat mixer were better on this headset, it would be a very easy recommendation from me because the audio quality, the build quality, and the comfort / adjustability are solid. I would probably give this headset a B or a B minus, especially when you factor in the $180 price tag. At that price point, I expect certain things to be at a certain level of quality. And let me just get through my complaints really quickly. The microphone. The microphone, I had hoped that it would sound as good as, or maybe just a little bit worse than the microphone on the Blackshark V2 Hyperspeed, which, according to me and a lot of other reviewers, had a really solid microphone on it, right? That was probably the most impressive thing about it, honestly. So I was hoping that the Kraken V4, costing more and coming out later, would have a microphone on par with that quality, but it's just not. And I'll let you guys hear for yourself later on when I do a microphone test. When I jump into Discord with a new headset, first thing my friends ask is, Jesus, Matt, did you get another headset? The answer is yes. And I ask them, how's the microphone, good or bad, right? A50 X was good. Blackshark V2 was good. This one was bad. But I'll let you guys listen later on. So the microphone quality is not great. Now, that could be a function of the fact that it's a retractable mic. I only own 2 headsets with retractable microphones. Neither of them are as good as permanently attachable microphones or kind of standalones, right? So we'll get more into that later. But beyond just the microphone quality, the mic monitoring on this headset is not good, all right? Anytime you have a closed back headset, I expect mic monitoring or side tone to be a solid feature, all right? Because a closed back headset, I can't hear myself talk. And so what invariably happens throughout the night is I talk louder and louder as the night goes on because I want to compensate for the fact that I can't hear myself. Don't want to wake everybody up in the house, so side tone is a great feature to have. Now, these offer it, but it sucks. Below 90% volume, it's functionally non-existent. But when you have it turned up that high, it produces a constant audible static, and it's very annoying. Can you hear it when you're playing games? No, but if there's no one talking in Discord and there's a loading screen, you're gonna hear it, and it's definitely distracting and annoying, all right? So the only ways to combat that static are either to turn mic monitoring down to where, again, there's no point in having it, to turn mic monitoring off, defeats the whole purpose, or to mute yourself every time you're not talking, which I'm just not fucking doing. So that's annoying to me, right? Like, if you're curious, well, what's good mic monitoring? Good mic monitoring is what's on the A50 X or on the HyperX Cloud 3 wireless. It's loud, it's crystal clear, and there's no static going on. So that's my problems with the microphone on this headset. Bluetooth. I hate the either or proposition of Bluetooth integration. I much prefer it to be enmeshed. So on the Astro A50 X and on the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7 wireless, the way they do Bluetooth is this. They both work at the exact same time. So if you're playing a video game and you get a phone call, you can answer that phone call. It'll mute you automatically in Discord and you can hear the game audio. On the Arctis Nova 7, it automatically turns the game audio down to I think 40%, so you can faintly hear it in the background. On the A50X, you can manually lower the volume of the game while you have your phone call. When you hang up, you're unmuted in Discord, and the audio goes back to full volume. That's good Bluetooth integration, right? If you're sitting there waiting for a lobby in Call of Duty or something, you can browse Instagram, TikTok on your phone and hear that audio coming through your headset. That's good Bluetooth integration. What the Kraken V4, the Blackshark V2, what the Turtle Beach Atlas Air has is this either or. So you have to manually swap to be connected to Bluetooth, manually swap to go back to your USB dongle or PC audio. I don't like that one bit. I don't know enough about the inner workings or technology that goes into a gaming headset to know how difficult it would be to get those things to work together. But I can tell you that some of these headsets that have the either or have it so that you'll be playing a game and you get a phone call on your phone, it'll announce it. So I just don't understand why we can't have it together, right? So I don't love the Bluetooth on this because at 180 bucks, I think that's the exact same price that the Arctis Nova 7 wireless launched at, about 180. But that thing came out 2.5 years ago. I really hope that that would be kind of like a mainstream feature of headsets with Bluetooth above that $150 price point. So that's definitely an annoyance for me, all right? Then moving on to the game chat mixer. So I'm someone that absolutely loves having a game chat mixer. I would say 80% of the nights that I game, I'm in Discord talking to my buddies, right? So I love the ability to quickly on the fly adjust my game and chat audio, right? If I'm playing a shooter and I need everybody to be a little bit quieter, I can quickly turn them down, whatever. So when I found out that the Kraken V4 has a game chat mixer, I was excited. But it's not done great. So to demonstrate what I'm talking about, let me go through the two types of a game chat mixer that I like. On the A50 X, it is two buttons on the side of an ear cup. You can press up or down for the game or chat. There is an audible tone when you hit the middle point, right? So this is a good game chat mixer, one-handed operation, all right? On the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7 wireless, the game chat mixer has its own independent volume dial here on the right ear cup. It has clearly defined ends as well. So if you're max on the game, it'll just stop. If you're max on the chat, it'll just stop. And there's a clearly defined middle step there to let you know when you've hit that kind of 50-50 equilibrium as well, right? So both of these I think are good. What they did on the Kraken V4 though, which is odd, is they added a game chat mixer button, all right? It's on the right ear cup on the bottom side. You have to hold this button for 3 seconds. You'll get an audible tone that the game chat mixer is now active, and then you use the main volume scroll wheel to adjust your game chat. The problem is there is no end to it, and so when you quickly try to do this on the fly, what I've found, even after practicing for like a week and a half, I just can't get it to where I want it to be quickly, all right? Like I mentioned, both of the other headsets here have one-handed operation. All you have to do, you can keep your hand on the keyboard, quickly use your right hand to adjust it on the fly, no problem. With this one, take your hand off the mouse, hold the button for 3 seconds, put your hand back on the mouse, take it off the keyboard, and hope you find that perfect point. I don't like it one bit. I don't think it would have been crazy or difficult for Razer to, instead of having one big button that you hold for 3 seconds, why not just have two smaller buttons? One's for game and one's for chat, and that's what you can use to kind of balance it out, right? So that was definitely annoying to me. So those are my big complaints with the headset. If at least two of them had been better to the point that I like, I think this thing would have been a recommendation from me. But as it stands, it's tough, right? Like if we were buddies out at lunch or something, just talking gaming headsets, which I don't think many people do, I don't know. Like I'd probably be telling you I'm considering returning this simply due to the fact that like those features, they aren't there. You know what I mean? So gonna run through some stuff in the video, what you get in the box, the kind of layout of the headset itself, and then we're gonna get into the software and microphone, show that off, and then just kind of wrap it all up. So first off, what do you get in the box? Well, you get the headset itself, which has a retractable microphone. You get a USB-A to a female USB-C cable. I would assume this is for anybody who doesn't have a USB-C port on their PC, or if they need some kind of range extender, which I don't think you really need, but anyways. They also have a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and you also get this little USB-C dongle right here for your computer. So that's what comes in the box itself. In terms of the headset and its features, the headset does feature RGB lighting, and I understand if people are going to be like, that's fucking stupid, it's just going to kill your battery. Listen, man, do what makes you happy. If you're someone that loves RGB on your headset, more power to you. I can't talk, obviously. I do find it a little bit odd when there's RGB on a headset simply due to the fact that you can't even see it while you're using it, but hey, it's here, it's gonna kill your battery, it is what it is. On the left ear cup, you have the retractable microphone, which does sit flush when it's all the way in. You have your USB-C charging port, you have your power button. In Bluetooth mode, the power button functions as a play-pause multimedia key there. You have your volume dial, And then you have your mic mute button, which I do appreciate the fact that they also have a red LED indicator at the end of the mic so you can see it in your peripheral vision while you're using it. On the right ear cup, they have that game chat mixer button that I was talking about earlier, and they have this kind of function button, if you will. What this does is a single press is going to swap between your EQ presets, so you can, I think, game, music, and movie, and custom are the 4 that come default on that. You can go into the software, Razer Synapse, and edit that however you like. If you double press it, it swaps you back and forth from the USB dongle to Bluetooth, right? Like I had mentioned, I really wish that was just integrated in the first place. You didn't have to just pick between the two of them. The headset itself, dude, this is going to be my new golden standard for adjustability on a gaming headset. One of my complaints with the A50 X was its relative lack of adjustability. It barely fit my head, right? This probably doesn't do a great job of showing off how much more adjustable this thing is, but dude, this is going to fit, I can almost guarantee, anybody's head. When I have it all the way on and pulled down, the tops of my ears are sticking out, right? So plenty of adjustability on this thing, definitely what I like to see. Now, in terms of the padding and the ear cups, I've never owned a pair of Razer Krakens before, so I don't know what they did in years past, but they have pretty much copied the airweave fabric that you get on SteelSeries headsets. They look pretty much identical. So what this is a fabric that still provides that closed back experience, but without the heat that comes from leatherette or leather ear cushions. So nice fabric. I don't think they pick up a ton of dust or hair or anything like that. They do a good job of staying clean, but they are comfortable to wear. And the top headband is that nice solid band that I prefer versus, you know, suspension style or just a very tiny amount of padding like you have on the A50 X there, right? So I've worn these for long periods of time. My ears didn't get too uncomfortable, but I don't think there's a headset that exists that I can wear for more than like 3 hours before I'm like, okay, it's time to take these off, right? I've worn these with glasses, no problem there as well. So that's the Kraken V4 in a nutshell. They look nice and they definitely feel nice, all right? So in terms of the audio quality, I think these sound great. Where I'm a little bit torn and confused is that the Razer Blackshark V2 hyperspeeds on the box say they have 50 millimeter, I think the Razer branding is Triforce, but titanium drivers. I have no idea if those are supposed to be better or worse than graphene. At this point, is it buzzwords or not? But these have 40 millimeter titanium drivers compared to the 50. And I honestly think that these sound better than the Blackshark V2s did. So I don't know what the deal is there. Maybe they're just tuned better, whatever. But out of the box, I thought these sounded great. You can go into the software, mess around with the equalizer however you want to, but games like Black Myth Wukong, Destiny 2, everything sounded good, right? All right, so jumping into Razer Synapse software, right now I'm recording this on the Astro A50 X microphone, which has become my new golden standard for what a wireless gaming mic can sound like. In the audio equalizer tab, you have game, movie, and music default presets. I think music sounds pretty good for everything I listen to or play, but you can customize one entirely on your own. I like the fact that they have the different frequencies labeled so you have an idea of what you are messing around with. You have volume sliders here for your overall volume and a game chat balance. You could probably use this to help fine tune it a little bit better if you have a hard time like I did with the physical buttons on the headset. You have the option of stereo or THX spatial audio. I might be alone on an island here, but I have never enjoyed simulated surround sound. I think it just sounds weird in games. I've always been a fan of just good, clean stereo audio. An enhancement tab. You can turn on Do Not Disturb. So if you're playing a game on your PC and you have it connected via Bluetooth to your phone, this will block phone calls from being announced to you while you're playing. You have bass boost, voice clarity, sound normalization. I've never been a fan of any of these. On the microphone tab, what's weird is that on the Blackshark V2, on the exact same tab for the mic, you actually have the ability to customize your own mic EQ, but you can't on the Kraken V4. So it has these 3 presets: mic boost, broadcast, and conference. I think broadcast sounds the best, and I'll cover that when I do the microphone demo after this. In the enhancement tab, voice normalization, vocal clarity, mic noise cancellation. I didn't find these actually do a good job of helping enhance the microphone quality on this headset. And then you have mic monitoring and side tone. Like I mentioned earlier, this whole area down here I thought was pretty much worthless because I can't actually hear myself. And then once it is loud enough to hear yourself, you also get that audible static with it, which is just annoying to me. Wish this thing was louder, wish it was clearer, wish it didn't come with static. So That's the mic. Lighting, you can mess with this to your heart's content. Standard chroma stuff right here. You can change the brightness, turn it off, whatever you want to do. And then the power option, just set it to how long you want it to stay idle for before automatically turning off. So that's Snap software. I don't have a lot of complaints, especially not when I think back to the Turtle Beach Swarm 2. All right, so jumping into the microphone comparison, right now I'm talking through the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7 wireless. This is the only other retractable microphone that I have in my collection, so it's going to be the best kind of one-to-one comparison with the Kraken V4. I think this thing is passable. Obviously, it's not great, especially when you compare it to something like the A50 X, but for a microphone that's like 2 years old, this is what I used to expect wireless gaming mics to sound like, right? Clearly on a wireless headset, but passable for kind of everyday use. Let's swap over to the Kraken V4. All right, so this is the mic on the Razer Kraken V4 wireless. I think it's a noticeable downgrade in quality, even compared to the older SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7. It's not great. Right now, there are no enhancements in the software. This is the mic boost default preset. One thing I forgot to mention with this microphone is the fact that it is omnidirectional. And boy, it picks up sound from freaking everywhere. If my girlfriend walks up and wants to talk or ask a question or something like that, everyone can hear that conversation. If my dryer goes off like a room away behind me, everyone can hear the chimes going off there, right? It's weird. Like, here's me snapping off in the corner, right? I think that sounds like damn near the same as if I have it right next to the mic. So be aware that this is omnidirectional. It's going to pick up sound from freaking everywhere. So the mic boost does not sound great. Let's swap over to broadcast. This is the broadcast preset. Is it great still? No, but it's probably the best out of all three options. So, yeah, this microphone definitely just brings the entire product down. Let's go ahead and swap over to the Blackshark V2 and then finish it out. Alrighty, so this is the microphone on the Blackshark V2 Hyperspeed. We can argue about the build quality or durability of this headset all day, but there is no denying that they put a very good microphone on this headset. And I was hoping for something along these lines of quality when they announced the Kraken V4. This is a good mic, and it's a shame that they missed the mark with this newer headset. So that's going to do it for the microphones. Let's wrap the video up. So like I said at the very beginning of the video, I honestly think if the microphone quality and or the Bluetooth and game chat mixer were better on this headset, it would be an easy recommendation. This is not an outright, hell no, nobody go and buy this thing, right? If you're someone who's a huge fan of Razer or the Kraken line, you've just been waiting to get your hands on this thing, I don't think you're gonna be massively disappointed by it. But for someone like me who already has a great headset that does the features that I want and it does them well, it's hard to justify holding on to something like this, especially when you consider the fact that SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7, and we can argue about the audio quality, the comfort all day, you know, it had good implementation of Bluetooth and a game chat mixer, and this thing's almost 2 years old, maybe even older, and it MSRP'd at the exact same price point. So with the amount of time that's been given, with the price of this, I expected those things, right? And then we had such a surprisingly good microphone on the Blackshark V2, and this thing just didn't really come close with the default preset. I think if they allowed you to do your own EQ on the microphone, maybe you'd be able to get a little bit better quality there. So those are my gripes with the headset. Like I said, this is not an outright, don't go and buy it, but just be aware of what you're getting, right? Good audio, good build quality so far, and comfortable and very adjustable. But the feature set at the price point, I just feel like didn't hit the mark. You know what I mean? So that's going to do it for the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the section below. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch this. Be on the lookout. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, probably just giving out a copy of Space Marine 2. I just hit 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. The fact that something that's just a hobby of mine has kind of garnered interest and always get such positive comments, you know, it's very cool to see on my end. So thank you guys very much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. Talk to you next time.